terrified? You'll be more when you know some details that were overlooked by you in the second film of It. Stay here with me watching. 10 things you didn't notice in It, Chapter 2.
Time to float.
You look so familiar to me. It's hard to notice every detail of the movie if Pennywise is terrifying you all the time. So it's normal that you haven't noticed the characters that appear when Bill enters the amusement house. These clown dolls that are teetering have the same Pennywise costume from the Tim Curry version of 1990. In fact, even the makeup is terrifyingly the same. Run for your life! Maturin. One of the fundamental characters in the book is the intergalactic turtle that helps losers defeat Pennywise. Although none of the It films have dared to treat this character in depth, there have been appearances and mentions. The most well-known is in the second film when Pennywise, who fights with the losers, attacks them by telling them "filthy Maturin," demonstrating the hatred he has for his old enemy. Christine. All of the movie is full of references to Stephen King's works. One of them takes place in the antique shop where Stephen has a cameo. But not only is he important, but also the objects of the store. Relax, I'll tell you. If you look over the counter and King's head, you'll see a pair of license plates hanging on the wall with the license plate number CQB241. If you're an authentic fan of King's works, you'll know that this belongs to the killer car Plymouth Fury named Christine, based on the novel of the same name.
This is amazing.
Like the first time. The first adult gathering between Ben and Beverly was highly significant.
And why is that?
That's because Ben uses the same phrase that Bev told him at the school gate.
You can let me go by? Or is there a secret password or something? Oh.
This phrase initiated a real friendship. The Shining. I know you remember.
Here's Johnny.
A representative scene of the movie The Shining based on Stephen King's novel of the same name. You'll be surprised to know that a detail of the movie is in It, Chapter 2. You can notice it on the skateboard of the little boy who Bill's talking with. Can't you see it? I'll get it closer so that you can see it in detail. Do you know what it is? Right, it's the design of the Overlook Hotel iconic carpet from the movie The Shining. This is spooky. Where are her legs? Betty Ripsom is the only Pennywise victim who stands out because her name is mentioned and for the traumas she generates to the losers. In the first movie, when Richie and Bill are in front of 3 doors, and go into one of those doors, I mean the door that's less terrifying, as soon as they enter, they find Betty chopped in half, hanging from her arms, and this scares the boys and makes Richie say,
Where the fuck were her legs?
This allows a second part in It Chapter 2, which is in the same situation but this time with Eddie. Richie chose the door scary and thus look up how the feet of the girl appear dancing happily without the torso. Now, replying to the question about Betty's legs, well, I'll only tell you that this one costs him his life. The original loser. The most impressive thing about the appearance of adult Ben in the second film is not his radical change to an attractive look, but the Ben's cameo of 1990.
What are you talking about?
I mean that Brandon Crane, the actor who played the child Ben in the 1990 miniseries, appears in this latest It film. An amusing scene that brought the Bens together regardless of time and space.
This is great. Great.
What other cameo from this second film do you recall? Leave me your comments below. Mrs. Kirsch. Bevelyn should have noticed this as soon as Mrs. Kirsch opened the door.
And why is that?
Because just then, Mrs. Kirsch spoke in a weird voice.
Yes, can I help you?
Don't you recognize it? Okay, I'll replay it again.
Yes, can I help you?
Now you do, right? That's because it's the voice of Bill Skarsgård. That's right, the actor who plays Pennywise. Ah, now it all makes sense. If only Bev had paid attention to the voice, she wouldn't have gone through that terrible shock. Mom? Wife? There is no difference. There are things that never change in life, as is the case of Eddie and that sick relationship that he had with his mother when he was a child. Well, I could tell you that he still has it, and that's because he married a woman who is as much physically as emotionally like his mother.
That's weird.
Although that's not the weirdest thing, but both Eddie's mother and his wife are played by the same actress.
What?
I know, yes, it's a surprise, a terrible surprise. The film. The cinema marquee of Derry is very important in this film, since they don't place titles at random, but meaningful like this one. A phrase that identifies the people of Derry for being a place that steals the people's memories who leave there. Here, nothing is by chance, everything happens for a reason.
Oh, this is creepy.
Now that you know these details, do you know others that have not been mentioned? If so, leave me your comment and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more content. If you want more, much more, stay with me and watch these chilling videos that I have only for you. Come on, don't fight anymore and click now!